When we ask what role the government should take, we should ask what is it practically able to do, and what is it morally desirable for government to do. A private company operates by persuasion and not mandate. In the market, you vote every time you make a purchase. This provides feedback for private companies to respond to the customer's desires. But there is very little accountability for government's roles. You vote once every several years and never directly for any single thing the government is doing. Therefore, it is hard for the government to get true feedback if the government even desires to change. They don't really have to satisfy customers. Satisfying customers means helping them get what they want. A true win-win cooperative exchange. But the government doesn't have much to gain when we get what we want, and typically thinks it knows better than we do what's best for us. But when a free cooperative market operates, it is constantly adapting, cooperating, and satisfying customers. On the other hand, feedback to the government about how it's performing its roles is very infrequent and not clear. The free market uses persuasion where the government uses coercion. It adapts to feedback instead of resisting change. Because the government is coercive and resistant to change, it will never do as good a job as the free market in most areas of life. So what are some moral considerations for the role of government? The founders talked about the pursuit of happiness. They believed the government was not the source of happiness, but had to be limited to keep from interfering with the pursuit of it. Jefferson said, "Government governs best when it governs least." Washington said, "Government is not reason, it is not eloquent, it is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master." For practical as well as moral reasons, they limited the federal government to common defense and a few other things. Even if government could provide healthcare more efficiently, would we want it taking away our freedom of choice and making life and death decisions for us? Just because Hitler made the trains run on time didn't mean that the trains were being put to good use. Traditional American understanding of government's role is that of a very limited one. Those limitations were restated and reinforced in the 10th Amendment. So if the federal government wants to continually increase its role in our lives, they need to obey the law themselves and amend the Constitution for the new roles they desire. It needs to convince people that the proposed change is wiser than the system that has given us freedom and prosperity throughout many generations.